Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Borkino game video. Today's video is dedicated to a Kasumi showcase, so let's get right into it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Once we hit 5k, we'll do a giveaway. Alright, go into Arena, and let's talk about Dream Arena. Right now, there's a thing going on where if a hero crits, they will gain 500 anger, and or rage, ulti gauge, whatever you want to call it. But essentially, this makes Kasumi insanely broken. And just note that this buff does rotate, so next week there won't be like this crit modifier that increases your rage. But I'm pretty sure everyone knows if you have Kasumi, look at this. This is the most broken thing ever. If you're wondering about this skin, pretty much you can get it through the perks area. You just have to get 15 SSRs. And of course, that's a huge ask. So, you know, eventually you'll get it because free to play wise, they're providing lots of summon tickets. I have codes on my original beginners video, but if you guys want the codes, you know, feel free to ask for it in the comments. And that should help you get some SSRs, you know, because the rates are pretty good in this game. Now, as far as Kasumi go and like how her gear like pretty much flows, she is pretty much set up for pure damage in the sense of I have like a damage armor. Of course, I have like an SSR weapon and everything, right? And it's just crazy, like they even like set like a Kasumi character up, because what happens is as soon as she pretty much gets placed onto the team, she is going to absolutely wreck everything in the sense of she can steal invincibility, she can steal shields, and you can't stop her once she starts pretty much rolling in. And of course, you know, my Kasumi got killed in the beginning, so don't drop Kasumi in arena. It's pretty much as soon as the match starts, because the key is to drop Kasumi afterwards, because usually, you know, people don't place their tanks in the beginning, and if they place their tanks in the beginning, it kind of works out in your favor, because you want it so that Kasumi can steal buffs. The reason why is because when Kasumi steals a buff, she actually gains damage from that, which is just like even more insane to think about. Like they made this character suicide themselves, so when they pretty much have less HP, she will deal more damage. When she is, you know, when she crits, of course she will deal more damage. So she is just built to be like a suicide unit that will hit like an absolute truck. And I made my gear in a sense so that when she's low on HP, she will hit even harder. That's like the key to Kasumi, is like you don't want her to be tanky, you don't want her to pretty much last really long in a fight. You just want her to get in there and deal as much damage as humanly possible, and make sure to pretty much take advantage of her crit rate ability. And her crit rate ability is going to just like skyrocket. There's a couple accessories that you can use to increase her own crit rate, but personally I'm using the wine glass right now. You'll see it all pretty much like later. Ooh, there's a 193k team right here. Let's see if we can take it on. But yeah, like Kasumi, just broken. I have her at 5-star if you're wondering, and I'll do a showcase on story afterwards as well. But this arena buff is really insane. Of course it won't be available like next week or anything, but the fact that we have it right here, it pretty much shreds any team. Look at that. Like, that's disgusting. That was just absolutely disgusting, like how much she just hit for. It's just normal crits. It's just normal crits. Like, just normal plain damage from her, and it's just nutty. Alright, so obviously that's enough arena. You can see that like she just sliced that team in half at 193k. Let's go ahead and look at her gear really quick, and then we'll do some dreams after. So let's go right here. You can see her gear, right? Pretty much the only reason why I'm using Bone Crusher, because she doesn't really have any effect hit, it's just because this is the SSR gear that I have that had the most dupes of, luckily, and it has attack plus 5% in battle. So yeah, that's the only reason why I'm using it. I could use like literally any other weapon, like the Bloodsucker weapon. I don't know if you can actually equip the Bloodsucker weapon though. You know, this is like the only reason why I'm using this is because it's the highest attack one. If I had an option to use an SSR gear, I guess I would use like this Spirit Flute or this Lethal Kunai, just because like I don't really need her to last more than a couple rounds. She's just in there like really quick. So usually when you use Kasumi, you drop her in last just to get like, you know, kill off the enemy leader, kill off like the story leader, whatever it is that's occurring. So I highly recommend using the Dazzling Kimono. That's because when, you know, she falls below 50% HP, she will deal a massive amount of like damage because her attack will increase by 10%. And you already know Kasumi pretty much like takes her own life force every single time she casts her unique. So the faster she falls below 50%, the faster that you can pretty much increase her damage, alright? So next is going to be this. Every action in battle has a 75% chance to increase your crit rate, and her crit rate is already really nutty, so I highly recommend using this one so that your crit rate just pretty much like rolls into a giant snowball and it just gets nuttier and nuttier. And then I have the swaying wine glass, which is, you know, it's literally here just for the attack percent. The lifesteal is pretty much useless on Kasumi because she's gonna kill herself anyways because of her unique skill. Now you can technically use the cross, this one, because it innately increases your crit rate by 10%. Sometimes she doesn't crit. Critting for her is like absolutely essential, but the thing is I usually crit with her, and I'm not going to like increase her crit rate any more than it needs to be. And just note, like we talked about earlier, whenever, like, this is why she's also like stupid godly for arena, and it's not just because of her, you know, insane damage. Pretty much when she steals an effect, she increases her own damage rate. Damage rate is like really different from attack, because I believe damage rate is like an actual modifier to the overall damage she deals versus just like a flat out attack boost where it's like, oh, you know, your modifier for this like attack in particular takes it into 330%. Damage rate increases the actual damage at the end of it. Feel free to correct me in the comments down below. Like, her buff stealing effect for, you know, shields and invincibility is really what makes her like a quintessential unit in Illusion Connect. Let's do some story right here. Let's see if we can tackle it. We're fighting an enemy Kasumi, so this should be pretty interesting. We'll see, we'll see. All right, let's drop. Ooh, man, this is like a fight where I wish I had Pan right out the gate. You know, you can't really tell RNG what to do, so there's that, right? Hate it when that happens. We'll just go ahead and drop GG just so we can get some damage in there. That did diddly, and I'm getting sweaty right now. I'm getting really sweaty because pretty much what happens as you flow into like the stages, right? The longer that you don't have, like, I don't have my leader killer, the worse I pretty much get. Oh, there's Kasumi. All right, perfect. This is perfect timing. As long as I get 17 energy like within the correct time frame, I should be fine. Yuki, and then we'll do Kasumi. Oh no, we might be able to finish things off right here. There we go. And then Kasumi just goes in for the kill. That's how you should technically use Kasumi. You know, obviously this was a super easy stage, but the ideal format for her is never drop her in the beginning. She's just in there to get the kill and pretty much jump out. If you use her for any longer, if you try to tank with her, her usability pretty much expires because she like kills herself on her unique. So like the swaying wine glass is technically useless on her. But the thing is, it's one of the highest like attack providing accessories that I currently have. And technically for attack purposes, it's better. I could technically use the crit rate one, but it'll lose its effectiveness technically because my crit rate is already so high. I'd rather just have like high flat out attack. So I do have 520k. I would prefer to drop Pan here, but let's see. Let's let Miyuki deal some damage right here. All right, Maki. Thanks. Thanks, Maki. Thanks, Maki. You can chill now, Maki. Oh my god, Maki, please. Alright, and then we'll drop Kasumi afterwards, and we should be done here, ideally. Ideally. Nope, we're not done. We're just gonna drop Pan in here, or if we can't drop Pan, there we go. And Pan will just finish things off. How I flow with my leader killer as well, just so, you know, to keep things like consistent, if you guys want to know how my team pretty much works out, is I always save like, you know, Kasumi and Pan for the last, get those kills in, and pretty much that's how like these like sword units or attack units work. They just drop in for the last moment and they get the kill. I'm not sure if I can like pretty much do this stage, so, but hopefully we don't end on a loss. Usually I scout these stages, I fail like a couple of times. Today was actually supposed to be like a dailies guide, but I didn't do it because I felt like people wanted to see what like a full-blown Kasumi can do, right? Kasumi isn't a character that is really there to, you know, last long. She's just there to get in there, deal some damage, and then jump out. If she can get the kill, she can get the kill. But ideally, you don't put her in there like at the start of the fight because that's where she pretty much starts like flailing about. If you put her in too early, for example, in this two-stage like fight, it's just gonna kind of blow up in your face. So there's that. Let's get Kasumi in there. Now, actually, we're gonna drop Pan, and then we'll drop Kasumi. Because what happens is when Kasumi drops in too quickly, she ends up just not dealing the damage that I want her to. Let's go. Come on, Kasumi. Get in there. Yep, and there we go. That's what we want to see. That's what we wanted to see. Anyways, that's it for the Kasumi showcase. You pretty much saw her gear. She's wearing some crazy stuff, right? She's wearing some crazy stuff, and I do have her at 190. She is my strongest character. She is pretty much like the #1 DPS, not just because of the damage, it's because of this ability to steal enemy shields and invincibility and increase her own damage rate. I want us to like note that this is the ability that really makes her busted. Because without this, she'd just be like any other DPS that, you know, just deals high single target or high damage. Because she can steal these effects, it makes her a cut above, because it pretty much enables her rampage. The only thing that can really stop her though, Kasumi's one weakness, she can be taunted away from the leader. So she gets completely countered by Angela, Victoria, and any of those characters. That's it for the Kasumi showcase. You know, let me know if you have any questions on pretty much how to build her, like your thoughts and, you know, things to improve upon. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe, enter the 5K giveaway, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, and I will see you in the next one.